All right, guys, welcome back to another episode, and it's quite an exciting day for me here. I'm launching to you a brand new product, and of course, it's called the YumWash MF. Now, as recently as a few days ago, I have obviously uploaded a picture that was pretty much all blurred out, and people decided to take into the comments box on all three platforms, and I've started guessing, and some of them were completely ludicrous, some were fairly close. But as you all know, obviously YumWash, which is within the family, but the MF is towards the more niche side of exactly what it is washing. Now, I believe this is a very, very niche product, but I also believe that everybody who cares anything about microfiber needs to have one of these bottles in their garages. So, the story goes like this. Over the last 14 months, we have been developing a build to spec and not a build to price microfiber line, which is very, very important. I use this terminology quite kind of often across our entire range. And what that basically means is we haven't just gone to a generic either manufacturer or supplier and said, I want, some of this, some of this, some of this. And what we've done is we've literally gone as far as taking actual sample material, not the towel, but the material itself. And we've started working it from that way. We've researched blends, loops, kind of open split, twist loops, all that sort of stuff. And exactly what is a microfiber range going to do for kind of you? So what's coming, this has been a dream of mine for a very long time. Only now, over the kind of time I've been in business, have I got the means almost to kind of chase the ultimate microfiber line that I believe over the last 10 years the greatest invention is premium microfiber. Microfiber goes on every surface. It goes on exterior, interiors, pretty much everything. And microfiber can be used inside the house too to clean and disinfect. So if you're going to make a big upfront investment into the most premium microfiber that is available in the world, you don't want to wash it with absolutely atrocious materials. That is just, I totally disagree with that. So the people who followed me or follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me blow up my washing machine many a time in the testing, and we were literally playing with the levels like this. Eventually, we've come to a fantastic, innovative product, and I'm going to explain to you why in a second it's so innovative. So, my definition of a microfiber wash is the purest detergent that is currently available. And what I mean by the purest is if you're talking about something you wash your car with, it will have many components where it will make your experience and the paint damage perspective experience the best possible. So you'll have many slickening agents, you'll have many surfactants that clean or add, it depends what kind of shampoo that you're washing, but mainly on the slickening side, you don't want to potentially mar the paint, whereas in a microfiber wash, you do not need some of those things because it's just unnecessary additives. So as soon as you start removing it, you start making a head of extra space, kind of extra headroom to where you can now add other surfactants and other detergents and emulsifiers that will actually aid you in the process of washing your microfiber professionally. So, one of the neatest things that we've managed to implement within this kind of wash MF is the fact that we've got certain degreasers and certain surfactants that emulsify. So that's the word that you've got to really grab onto here. So they emulsify. They don't just click their fingers and everything just disappears out the washing machine as if it's magic. No, it loosens everything out of the fibers, and during the natural wash cycle and the many rinse cycles, it actually gets washed and rinsed away. Now, because the industry has moved so far towards the spray sealant and the drying aid kind of perspective, imagine you take a drying towel, You take a drying aid, spray sealant of choice, which could be polymer infused, ceramic infused, or even when you're using waxes, let's say, they've got some of the hardest resins currently available, like the premium waxes. So eventually, obviously, this is your fiber, for example. It's going to then go in there, and eventually it's going to sit on top. And a non-bio liquid, which we've recommended for a very long time, with a tiny splash of vinegar inside the conditioner drawer, it's a fantastic way of washing towels. But don't forget, it's never been designed to remove heavy polymers from clothing. Like, your clothes will never come into contact with heavy ceramics, heavy waxes, stuff like that. So what you'll find is a non-bio will quickly reach the ceiling to how much you can clean. And this is where this comes in. Now, if you get to a point where, say, you do an interior detail, you've got a white towel, and you take this dirty steering wheel and you do this, and you look at it, and it's just black, you know, just absolutely horrific. And a normal wash will not take it off. This is where pre-soaking, a term called pre-soaking, comes in. So you take one of our buckets, you fill it pretty much, you know, all the way or halfway, and you put around 60 ml of the solution. Obviously, make sure it's all spread evenly. You dunk your towels within the solution and leave it for as long as you humanly can. If it's 2 hours, great. Realistically, I would recommend almost like overnight. Put it in today, get it out tomorrow. Put it into a washing machine, and obviously give it the longest kind of wash you can. Now, as you pull in the towels, you will see the water itself, it's murky, and you think, well, the towel, you know, it wasn't really, it was dirty, but not that dirty. And what you're going to find is not only a pre-soaking method is going to actually get even deeper because it's got more time to kind of eat into it, is it's going to start removing the hydrophobic properties from a towel. So a drying towel, let's say you're using for drying it, will eventually start rejecting water. So the towel itself beads better than the car. And you're going to start moving water around the car. A removal towel, say for a wax or spray sealant, will actually almost reject it back onto the car, where you start getting streaking, or you can't just wipe it off cleanly, and you really have a bad experience. And this is what I mean by hydrophobic properties. So I would recommend 60 ml whether you're pre-soaking, or 60 ml whether you're putting it into the wash drum. Now, on the back, of course, is a full host of instructions on how to use it. Now, there's two measurement types. There's 30 and 60 ml. Now, if you've got a small load that is just lightly soiled, then I'll probably put in 30 ml. However, my personal experience, especially if you've got many towels, and some towels you've just used the detail spray on, but some towels you've used the heavy, say, polymer spray sealant. You can't tell because they all look super clean and super fresh. So just by habit, I go up to 60 ml on the biggest loads, put in 60 ml, let this do its business, let the machine kind of aid in doing its business, and you'll probably have the cleanest and the longest lasting microfiber line possible. Now, this bottle, a lot of people have said this about the bottle. It is a very, very neat bottle, but as well as usual, it's probably the most expensive self-dosing bottle that we could find. The design's nice, the plastic's heavier, the dosing is more accurate, so it is, you know, a work of art for a bottle. So please do not throw this away. It's going to come into two sizes. It's going to come in a standard, a 1 litre, and of course it's going to come in the 5 litre variant. If it was me, I would buy both at the same time once, only because once you start running through this bottle, rather than throwing it away and buying another one, you then take your 5 litre, decant it into here, and this will give you the perfect measurement every time. So that would be my recommendation. Now, this is a 3-piece, now you're going to laugh at me, this is a 3-piece bottle, and people are like, how can a bottle be 3-piece? I'm going to show you. I'm going to take one of my bottles, which is already open. This has already got a safety cap in, so I don't want to kind of break the seal. So obviously the first piece is the bottle itself. Now I'm going to show you this up close. Look how fantastic this looks. Right, piece number one. Piece number two is you've got the cap. Now the cap is not just your ordinary cap. It's got a special pin within it, if the camera decides to pick this up. But there's the pin on the inside, so it protrudes a bit. And inside here as well, you've got the third piece, we're really going to town on this one, right? It's a special closure that, if you listen, right, it clicks on and off. Now, what does this do for you? Well, these closures are specifically designed to give you the best kind of dosing capabilities. Now look, obviously there's always a little bit of remnants. Now, how do you fill this up? Very, very simply. What you do is you twist it upside down, watch. Right? It can't go any further. No matter how much you squeeze, it's not going, right? But you don't have to squeeze anything. You just let gravity do its work. You then take it off, a little bit of a remnants comes out, and it comes to a perfect 60 mil. So obviously there's dosages here, 20, 40, 60. Now, if you put too much in, let's say you want to take 30 mil, for example, don't think, oh, now I've got to, use double. What you do, there's obviously, once you see the bottle in person, you'll see, but there's obviously an entrance and closing hole, and this is where the cap itself dictates whether you're in a pouring position or a dispensing position. So let's say you've got too much liquid in here. Look, you just pour it slightly in, and look, this level starts to drop. You can literally take it all the way to 0 now, okay? See, so it was here, now it's here. So I'm gonna show you how I do it. You take it up to 60, right? There's a 60 mark, it's pretty much full, and you say, right, I wanna use a bit of 30, bang, perfect. Just a little bit over 30. I mean, you can really play with the dilution like this. See that, 30. Super simple, and now, obviously, as I said, I like to do 60, so I do this, tip it upside down. Let's say you take a towel. There's a few ways you can do this. Obviously, you can put it directly into the number 1 kind of wash container within your drawer tray. You can put it into the actual drum itself, or you can put it into the towel. Imagine you've got a big pile of towels, you're gonna put it in. So I'm just gonna show you for demonstration purposes. This is again a towel that I know will soak it up, but look, you just pours it. See? But this, as you can see, this isn't pouring anymore. So obviously tidy this up. No matter what you do, that's it. It won't even fill it anymore. So this is where the cap, as I said, it dictates it. So what you've got to do is you've got to put the cap back on. You heard that click. And then again, it's gonna do it. It's a cool bottle. So a lot of people said we should actually use this to dispense our Yum Wash and Yum Foam. So it's an interesting development. So guys, that is pretty much the first kind of info video for this. This is the launch video, so I'm super, super excited. I think, as I said, every person should have one of these, whichever configuration bottles, in your garages, in your kitchens. It's such a neat cleaner that it's actually amazing how much stuff you will actually see being pulled from your towels. Don't get me wrong, if you have gone and wiped the dirtiest thing in the world, whatever that be, like an oil rig drill tip, I don't know, covered in oil. You've got to be realistic, right? So if you completely, consistently and systematically destroy your microfiber towels, nothing will get it off. And if something does get it off, you've got to do a super high heat wash. You've got to use a very, very bad chemical to actually burn almost the microfiber towels. But when we're talking, heavy dirt within the car care industry, this is an unbelievable product. And I've been testing this for a very long time with a certain product, which I'll rename nameless because it's coming up within our range. It's very heavy, so it can be known to really, really clog up your towels. And I've been doing this on whites, blacks, pink towels, everything. And every time I've had a comparison of 3 towels actually. So a non-bio kind of liquid with vinegar. You've got a generic microfiber wash, and obviously you've got our microfiber wash. And I've literally had the same test pilots, the same wax, same cure time, everything. And over time, this has actually reduced and completely removed hydrophobics from all the towels that we have used in testing. So guys, I'm going to leave you with that. I am super pumped for this. It's one of these products like our undress. It's a product that many people haven't used, but once they've used it, they never go back from it. I can see this becoming just that type of product. Once you try this, over time you will see the benefits and the value it adds into your kind of regimen, then you'll never move away from it. So as always guys, thank you so much for supporting. It's an unbelievable thing that you do for us. All your orders and all your comments and stuff like that is just truly, I can never thank you enough. So hope you enjoy whichever configuration you buy, and I look forward to hearing your feedback guys. Hopefully I'll catch you on next week's video. Thank you.